Hey, how you guys? I hope everybody is well. I'm well, and I really thank God for that. My name is Angie Morenga, and you're watching Just Angie. And today I want to talk about mentorship and coaching. Again, another subject that we'll probably have to do quite a number of videos on, bring in some mentors, bring in some coaches, and have some conversations, because I like practical ministry. I like to not only talk, but for us to engage with those who are actually doing, because it helps, then you can see real life. It's not theory, it becomes then practical things that we're engaging with. And I think, like many people, I always thought mentoring and coaching was the same thing until I became an executive certified leadership coach. So first, celebrate me, my coffee, hallelujah, that I actually am a certified executive leadership coach. And then I understood the difference between coaching and mentoring, which I'm going to try to demystify today. But also, because it just dropped in my spirit, and I like telling you things that drop in my spirit, it's important to do things that resonate with you. So one of the things I did, I can't remember, 2 years ago, is I engaged in the Women in Leadership program at, I think, the Strathmore Business School. And that was amazing. It was 2 days. And out of that leadership program, I had a takeout, and my takeout was to do coaching. That's what I felt that I needed to do. And also, just as I'm teaching you that, I like to say that every time you engage in something, attend a conference, attend a meeting, have a takeout, and don't have 10, because if you have 10, you're not going to do them. Do 1 or 2, like what is the takeout from this interaction or this engagement? And that's what, for me, for Will, it was go and do coaching. And I did. And when I did coaching, I understood the difference between coaching and mentoring, which is what I want to demystify today. Number one, a mentor really has had to have had the experience that they're taking you through. The coach doesn't have to have the experience that they're taking you through, although there are coaches for every sector. I mean, you could have a coach for life, a spiritual coach, you could have a coach in terms of career, you could have a coach for business, you could even have a relationship coach, you could have a coach for marriage and counseling. So you can, yes, have a coach for detailed and described areas of your life, but the coach does not have to have had the experience that a mentor has to have to be a coach. So the coach, let me start with the coach, which also I discovered that all my life I think I've been coaching people, but now at least I have the certification behind it, which is important. Remember, in one of the videos I told you that in terms of finding purpose, we must add skills and mastery to what we're doing. So you're not, I've discovered that I've been coaching people for long, but now I have a qualification attached to the skill that comes naturally in my life, because a coach draws out potential. In a coaching scenario, the coach would not do talking. They don't do a lot of talking. They just ask questions that sort of provoke you to bring out the answer. So all the information that you're actually bringing out is in you. That's what the coach does. They just draw out the potential, They draw out what you're capable of and build up that capacity. They ask you questions. The questions are not sort of leading and guiding. They're just questions to help you, I'd like to say, provoke thought and provoke you into action. And then the goodness with coaching as well, which could also happen in mentorship, is that there's a timeline. There are actions to be done which you come up with. In mentoring, I can come up with the actions. I can say, okay, as a mentor, this is what I think I need you to do, 1, 2, 3, 4. But as a coach, I really cannot advise you in that way. A coach listens, a coach asks questions, a coach gets you to create an action plan, and then you go out there and do it. So like for me, when I do coaching, I find myself intermixing between coaching and mentoring, and I will usually tell my clients, I will say, I am a coach, but when I'm switching into mentorship, I will tell you now this is mentorship, yeah? And the best thing with a coaching session is that I don't talk a lot. Now that was very hard for me, because I love to talk. You can see from this video, I can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And so that was one of the hardest things for me in coaching, was to be quiet. That even if I think I know the answer, let the answer come. Let the client guide themselves by the questions that I ask them to that answer. So that's the difference between coaching and mentoring. And also, I believe that you need a coach. I always use it with myself when I got a personal trainer. So I've worked out all my life. I've had a weight problem all my life, but I've worked out all my life. So I am, if there's such a word, healthy, sort of overweight person. So I really work out. I'd go to the gym. I love exercise. I swim. I'll do aerobics. I'll do anything. I'll exercise. But a story for another day, I eat the wrong foods. Let me focus. Coaching. So when I got a personal trainer, I found that I had more results in coaching. So instead of, well, I might go to the gym today, or I won't push myself, so much, I don't feel like doing that. Now when I have a coach, oh God, there's such a headache. I just want to even don't even know, but they're there. First of all, I can't miss any training session because they're scheduled. So I will have to attend the training session. On top of that, I have to do everything that they ask. And then, I don't know, God by His grace, I'm very noisy and very almost abrasive sometimes. Gets me coaches who just whisper, like 10 more. And I'm like, I'm not doing 10 more. 10 more, and I have to do 10 more. So what I was trying to say is that when you have a coach, and when I look at from that analogy, they are able to get much more out of you, and you're able to reach your destination or your goal or fulfill your vision quicker than if you didn't have a coach. So that's and their results, the outcome is better and more tangible when you actually have a coach. And then I always have this picture on mind. I think one day I was watching the news and I was there, hey, these coaches, honestly. There was a coach on top of a car, or I think on a pickup at the back, shouting down the people he was training, you know? So the coach doesn't really have to be in the game, but he knows what you need to do, how far you need to run, and so he's urging you on, although he himself is on the track, but really he should be running and guiding you. And also Coach Carter. One of the things that we do as we engage in the Purpose and Leadership Forum is we watch a movie called Coach Carter, because it was important. The coach was also trying to teach them a lot of principles on life, further than just playing basketball. He wanted them to be people who are responsible citizens. When you sign a contract, you fulfill, there's integrity to you fulfilling the contract. You know, they had to get their grades up. So there's a lot of learning in terms of coaching in the movie Coach Carter, and I encourage you to watch it. I love movies, and I really hope that you enjoy it. But that's what a coach does. A coach guides. And I think the final thing I want to say about coaching is that if you look like a normal football team or any sport, the coach doesn't earn as much as the players. The players are actually the ones who earn more than the coach. But who has the strategy? The coach has the strategy, which he helps the players to execute, and then from that they gain. So always see as if your coach is out there to ensure that you live the life. You draw the potential. This life is already in you. The ability is already in you, but they want to draw it out so that you live it and you enjoy life. You know, it's not the coach who's going to benefit from the coaching exercise. It's you as the player or as the coachee who's going to benefit from coaching. So it's advisable to get coaches. I've seen situations where people want to quit their job, or they are so I don't know the word is there. Maybe they are discouraged, but they engage a coach, and all of a sudden everything turns around. They even receive promotion. You know, they begin to run even the organization. They can see light. They can see where we are going, and it is you who is engaging in it. So it's important to get a coach. Some coaches can do all kind of coaching. I think every coach actually should be able to coach you on any subject. Why? Because it's the answers and the potential is coming from you, rather than a mentor who is saying, I've walked this journey, and these are the hurdles and the obstacles that I came across this journey. These are the things that worked in this journey, so you're following me. You know, I'm guiding you through a process I've been through. Another thing that I love about coaching is that it's actually the coachee who sets the agenda. So you decide what you want to be coached on, and then the conversation now happens, or the listening and questioning comes through what you want to be coached on. So you agree. A mentor can decide, you know, I've watched this about you and I want to mentor you. Maybe I want to mentor you on how you're managing your time. So the mentor decides, you know, they've watched you, they've watched your life. They would say, I see a lot of you I see a lot of myself in you, and therefore I want to guide you. You know, I can see that you're not going the right direction, or you are, or if you did this, you'd get more output. So the mentor can set the agenda. But in coaching, it is the client or the coachee that sets the agenda. So that's the difference between mentoring and coaching. And we're going to have many more coaching conversations, places where coaching should take place, a place that is quiet and a good environment. You know, I really don't think people should coach in restaurants and places like that, but you know, that's just me. You need to set apart a time where there's no distraction and where you can properly engage in coaching. So I think we'll have a few guests on coaching and go through a bit more details in terms of coaching. But I think it's important for you to get a coach and a guide. The people who I have coached personally, but like I said, let me also say that we have a PLF coaching center, which has, I think at last count, about 12 coaches, different coaches. The one thing also you have to do is connect with your coach. Just like I guess you'd have to connect with your mentor, although maybe not. You know, maybe you don't have to like your mentor, but with your coach, there has to be a connection. It doesn't even have to be about like. You have to connect with your coach, because it's like almost, it's a personal thing. So that's why we have 12 coaches there. on the website. You can see them, and the one that resonates with your spirit, you can go out and and engage them in coaching. And I like that because, you know, some people always say, oh, Pastor Angie is too scary. So, but there's some people who it's okay, we can take our own one-on-one. So I coach different people, but you can also choose people who are not maybe as aggressive, as loud as I am. But in terms of coaching, there's something I wanted to say about coaching. It's important in life. Yeah, the people who have coached, they really come and say, wow, you know, this is the best investment I could have made. It's not cheap, but they say this is a good investment, you know, and it's even better you just engage a coach, create a payment plan of what, I mean, everything is possible, you know. Sometimes we put hurdles in front of us. Oh, but now maybe I can't afford coaching. Find a way, you know. I always say where there's a will, there's a way. Find a way, discuss a payment plan, discuss something that's going to work with you, but get the help that you need, you know, and recognize that you need that help, you know. And also for those who coach and mentor, and especially coaches, okay, can get paid, but mentors also, sometimes it's a very thankless job and it takes a lot of energy, but just invest. I think the best thing is whether you're engaging in coaching or mentoring, and whether it is you who is doing the coaching or mentoring, or whether it is you who is being coached and mentored, just make the investment, make the time, and make it something that works, and enjoy it, because it will be worth it. It really will. It's important. It gets us from step A to B faster, quicker, using less resources. You know, it's a really good action. So I encourage you to engage a coach, engage a mentor, and be a good mentee, and be a good coachee as well, if there's such a word. And let's have a coaching conversation, and let's engage in coaches who will help us to do life better, and to get better results, better outcomes, and to really enjoy this life, and to really live it fully and live it in abundance. So that's what I have to say about mentoring and coaching. Like I said, I'll invite some people in and we can have conversations around it as well. But thank you so much for listening to me. Please send in your experiences on coaching, your experiences on mentoring, and whether that added clarity. What other further clarity do you need us to give? Do you need me to give? And I really enjoyed that conversation. I've enjoyed engaging with you. I hope you have as well. And you're watching Just Angie. My name is Angie Morenga, and I'll see you next time. God bless you, and bye-bye.